What would you say to somebody that's dating right now? They think the person they're dating is the one. They're not really sure. What are some signs that you've seen kind of through all your years that are good indicators that the person they're with is someone they should consider marrying?
Ooh. Um, it's a art and a science.
Mm,
I
Mm,
believe that, I don't, so I say this with kind of a preface. The things I say fits what I've seen.
yeah.
And I see a lot. And so
yeah.
I'm always surprised. I've seen individuals that have literally been together for 3 months and they decide to get married and they have had amazing relationships.
Right.
And I've seen people who did all the premarital counselings, who studied everything, went to church, went to all the different seminars. They dated for 3 years, didn't wait, they waited until they had sex till they got married, and all of a sudden they last 3 years. I mean,
Right.
I have seen spectrums and I've seen reverse. People
Right.
who you just met them and got married, this is going to be a hot mess. And it was hot trash. And
Hmm.
the people who did it right, and it was amazing. They have a beautiful marriage and they love each other. So I've seen it all. The thing that I would tell you is this: are you both healthy
Yeah.
and are you both mature?
Yeah.
If you're healthy and mature, you can work through almost anything and
Oof.
get to a good place. Because here's the thing with maturity. Paul talks about it. When I was a child, I spoke as a child.
Yeah.
If you're dealing with somebody and they are immature and you have to lower your language and thinking to come to their level, you
What
need
was
to
you
take a step
thinking?
back and be like, really? That's how you think? Hold on,
You
wait a
have to
minute.
break it
And it's
down
not
by
even just thinking
style.
differently. It's like, hold on. So you upset, and your first thought is, I'm going to throw something and I'm going to go out in the car and drive off and you got to chase me. Wait a minute. We not throwing tantrums. Look, I love you, but this ain't healthy.
Right.
We
More
not about to do
mature.
this. Hold on, you get upset and now all of a sudden you go drink and now all of a sudden I got to take care of you because you're drunk. Like what you're gonna see in
Real.
dating is some of the stuff you're gonna see when you get married. And so you need to see. I tell individuals, are they healthy? How do they handle conflict?
Mm.
How do they handle success? We
Mm.
always say in this thing, for better or for worse. And
Yeah.
everybody goes to the worst. Oh my God, Tyler Perry play. I'm gonna walk in and all of a sudden I gotta forgive them because they did this. What happens with most marriages is not the worst. It's what
Oof.
happens when they get success.
Oof.
So now all of a sudden you get the job. Now all of a sudden you lose the weight. Now all of a sudden you get the promotion. Now all of a sudden
I
you're
go
in a
ahead.
place and people grow. And now it's different. And one couple feels, man, we were the same. We were both eating ramen noodles, and it was
Right.
amazing. Now all of a sudden, like you getting flown all around the country, and I'm still trying to figure out my life and where I'm going. And I think we're just growing apart and all this. I'm like, hold on, wait a minute, wait. This person loves you. Like with success is a beast in a marriage, and you got to learn how
Mm.
to navigate it. I've seen children come in and just change marriages,
Yeah.
where people all of a sudden the way you grew up really plays an impact. You know what? We ain't cooking 3 meals. If I mama cook, we all eating the same thing.
Right.
AKA, hey, you know what? I think I want steak tonight. I think they want fish, and little Susie over here wants chicken nuggets. And you got somebody in the kitchen making 3 meals, and those tension points come in, they become personal, you throw things in. I'm telling you, success comes at a cost. Do not put your family on the altar of success. Don't
Wow.
put your relationship. And so I think the main thing that we do when I come into marital counseling is kind of tenets that we go through. One of my goals is to see if I can break them up. It is to dig. It is to be petty. It is to dig. It is to make sure that they know each other and who this person is that they're marrying. How do we handle conflict? We're going to touch the stuff. I want to touch on arguments. Also, there's this place of I want to make sure we have healthy communication.
Uh-huh.
Do you know how to communicate? I didn't know how to communicate in my marriage. I grew up 4 brothers. You hit each
Oh,
other and you move. That's what we do.
right.
We all are good. We love each other, love God. We ain't sitting there talking about no feelings.
Yep.
Right.
And so, how do you communicate? Communication is the heir to a relationship. You lose the heir to a relationship, it dies,
It's
it
good.
suffocates. And so, you've got to be in this space where you know how to communicate. So, we go through that, and then we go through, are we healthy? When you're healthy, you have a healthy body. So, we have a healthy checklist that we go through. I expect you, when you get the flu, if you're a healthy body, you're going to be down for 3 days. You're going to take some Theraflu. You're going to take some kind of tea. You're going to put some tea tree oil on your feet. You're going to do all these different things. Whatever you're going to do, you're going to take some cod liver oil if you grew up in the South. So all this stuff. But guess what? In 3 days, he rose again. And you're going
Right.
to be, all right,
Come
I'm feeling
on.
better. I can eat. Life's good. But if you're not healthy, it could turn into pneumonia. So if I
Mm.
get into an argument and now all of a sudden we don't get over it when we apologize and we work through
Right.
it, and now all of a sudden it leads to distance, and now I don't know what it's turned into. That argument now has turned into really a fight, and now that fight has turned into distance. That's not healthy,
Right.
That's good.
especially if it's not a major fight. Y'all sitting over here fighting over passwords, or you're sitting over fighting over, you know what? Hey, you didn't put up trash, and it turns into a big fight. We ain't healthy.
Right.
And so we go through a healthy checklist that looks through communication, forgiveness, making sure it's clean. My goal is that when individuals get to the altar, they know clearly who the person is that they are marrying. They know the good, the bad, and indifferent. They
Mm-hmm.
know the things. It's clear. When Scripture says that David was pure in heart. He was
Yeah.
pure because he kept his heart empty. It was
Mm.
always before God. So hey, this is what I struggle with. This is my
No
fear. This is
secrets.
what I
Yeah.
did. This is what I've done. You know me. I know you intimately before we have even. But we don't even have to have sex, and I know who you
Come
are.
on.
And so it's this place when we get to the altar, we are clear and we are pure with each other. After we go through that piece, is making sure they have the tools to one overcome arguments, make sure they can manage finances, make sure
Mm-hmm.
that they have their own personal goals as well. Because the beauty of this is there's this diagram that we do, and it's kind of this triangle. What
Mm-hmm.
we have on one side, we'll have Tim. Tim is going up this side, and Tim is down here. And as Tim gets closer to God, he's going up. As Pauline is here, she's getting closer to God, she's going up. But as you're growing together, you're growing towards each other.
Right.
And so having a healthy marriage, what does success look like for you personally, and what does it look like in a marriage? Having goals, and then making sure they just have a couple tools to know who they are. So going through a couple disc assessments, which is a personality assessment, understanding love languages so they can fill that up. I can go through 20 minutes in that. It's a beautiful thing to help people understand those things and what it looks like. But that's kind of the goal for marriage counseling and what we do.